Hi, today I'm doing a little mini mukbang. I just made this vegan pasta. Oh, let me try and focus it. Yeah, there you go. This vegan pasta with avocado and oh my god, avocado, lemon juice, sweet corn, garlic, salt, pepper, and tomatoes mixed in with pasta. So I'm gonna eat it and do a little mini mukbang because why not? Now I need to show this, right? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Mukbang, you have to show the food. I can eat it like this. It tastes good. I love avocado so much. I keep looking at the screen. I love avocado so much. It just tastes so good. It's so like filling. Ah, so nice. Well, today, what should we talk about? I wanted to talk about Kathy Griffin. When I woke up this morning, she had uploaded a video called something like Hell of a Story. Hell of a Story? Yeah, anyway. She was like, oh, it's a story of two Harveys, Harvey Weinstein and Harvey Levitt, the guy that owns TMZ. But it was mainly about, what's his name? Andy Cohen and Harvey Levitt. So, I mean, I was a huge fan of Kathy Griffin back in the day when she did My Life on the D-List and she had the comedy specials. To me, at the time, she was the funniest woman on the planet. The funniest person on the planet. Just naturally really funny. I mean, Joan Rivers was an icon, but she had structured, written jokes. She had an act. Whereas Kathy Griffin could just stand up and just talk. And she would just talk about her life and make it really funny. And find the humor in her, like her everyday life. And I love that type of humor. I just think is really relatable. So, a few months ago, I'm sure everyone knows she held up the a mask of Trump. And you know, when I saw it, I mean, I never really get shocked by things, but that shocked me that she had done that. And I mean, I thought it was a bad choice, but I understood why she did it. She was protesting him, and she has every right to. I don't want to protest him if I was American. But I think, for me personally anyway, the thing about it was that it wasn't funny. And it just didn't really make any sense. She was literally just holding a bloodied head. Or a mask of a head. So to me, it really didn't make any sense. And then when I thought about it again, I was kind of disappointed because I just thought it gives her opposition the opposition to Democrats and liberals, it gave them so much ammunition, you know, just to say, look what liberals do. But anyway, she's a comedian and she can do whatever she wants. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was a great idea that she had done it. Anyway, so she had so much fallout. She got fired from New Year's gig at CNN, which she used to do, and she lost loads of stand-up work. So now she's working internationally and she's on a tour. She's going to the UK soon. I saw her in the UK, in London, a few years ago. It was really good. I mean, it was sold out. And she was really funny. Everyone loved her. And she went on the Graham Norton show and everybody loved, I mean, the reaction to her was just so good. and she's naturally just really, really funny. So she lost the job at CNN, and she was on CNN with Anderson Cooper, and they seemed to be really good friends. And then he released a Twitter statement about the photo shoot that she had done, saying he was disgusted by it and it was inappropriate. And I totally understand why he did that. His main job as a journalist, he works at CNN, and they're already being attacked by the Trump administration for being fake news and liberal. And to be honest, I think they're kind of done more center, now leaning to the left as a reaction to Trump. But I think during the not the candidacy, what's the word? The run up to the election, whatever it's called. Oh my God, sorry, words go from my mind in Korea. The run up to the election, I think they were really quite balanced. Like, I think they could have attacked him and just said, no, everything he says is a lie. Anyway, I think they were trying really hard to be fair to him. But that's just my opinion. So I understand why he had to say, I disagree with her. However, he didn't, from what she says, and I guess he hasn't questioned what she's been saying. From what she says, he didn't reach out to her, didn't send her a message, didn't say, I'm sorry, but I have to send this tweet out. And publicly I have to say that I can't support it. And or he could have said, she's a comedian and that's her right, I find it distasteful, blah, blah, blah. He didn't. So their friendship was effectively over. So she was fired from hosting CNN with him, and she's been her replacement is Andy Cohen, who is one of the heads of Bravo and has his own talk show and was Kathy's boss for a long time. She said for 10 years. So then CNN hired Andy Bravo to replace Kathy Griffin, which, whatever, I mean, with her history, she probably was pissed off, but publicly, I guess she didn't care, or she didn't talk about it. Then TMZ did an interview at an airport, you know, when they follow people and they ask them questions, and they asked Andy Cohen about Kathy Griffin, and he went, I don't know her. Or they were talking about Kathy Griffin, how do you feel about replacing Kathy Griffin? And he was like, who? And they were like, Kathy Griffin, you're replacing her, who? And then they asked him again, and he was like, I don't know her. Oh, I don't know her. And then they asked him some other things, and he's just like, I don't know her. And he was trying to play off Mariah's famous, I don't know her. However, the people that say he was joking, he had a really straight face. Like, he clearly wasn't joking. He was trying to be funny, but also dismiss her. I happen to be a huge Mariah fan, and I know the origin of I Don't Know Her. And it was back in like 2003 she was asked originally. And anyway, so much stuff had transpired at Mariah's original label, and so many bad things had, her ex, who was the head of the label at the time, tried to destroy her. And she had written a song, and then he had heard the sample that she had used from the song, and he gave it to Jennifer Lopez. So Jennifer Lopez quickly released this single. It was the I'm Real remix with Ja Rule, and it had a sample that Mariah had intended to use for her next single. So kind of cut her, I don't know how you would say it. So she was asked once about Jennifer Lopez, and instead of like publicly bashing her or being horrible about her, she just said, I don't know her. And then just gave a look like, next question. And then like years later, it suddenly became this like iconic phrase. And I asked her about Jennifer Lopez again, and she was like, I still don't know her. And it was really funny. Anyway, he was trying to use that, but the problem is, he was someone's boss. It turns out he was Kathy Griffin's boss for 10 years, and she worked under him, and she worked really hard for him, and she helped launch Bravo as a brand, or she helped elevate it. So many people came to Bravo because of her. She had a hugely successful show called My Life on the D-List, did so many specials, and she won 2 Emmy Awards, and she won a Grammy Award. So he was her boss. And for him to say, I don't know her, he clearly does know her, and he was in charge of her, he was in charge of Bravo at the time, and she's going through a terrible period now. Everyone has basically attacked her and is saying that her career in America is over. So he's basically punching down at her, he's basically punching down at a woman. So to be so dismissive and say, I don't know her, I just think it's not a nice thing to do. And I mean, Kathy never did anything to him personally that we know of. I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but I mean, whatever happens, he was the boss, and he is the one that has the talk show now. She had a talk show for 2 seasons and it was cancelled or not renewed or whatever. So I mean, yeah, I just think that was a really crappy thing to do. So I woke up this morning and she had done a video. She talked about loads of people, but one, obviously, the main thing was Andy Cohen. And just kind of, I mean, she just laid it out. And maybe it's been deleted since, because I can't imagine YouTube would keep it up. She actually gave out someone's phone number. And she was just saying all the things that have been happening to her. And she basically was talking about, one of the things she was talking about was Andy Cohen. And what I thought was interesting, I mean, everything she talked about was fascinating. You're just kind of watching, you were glued to it as you were watching it. And she said that he's a misogynist and was miserable to work for, and just called out Hollywood and everyone for it being like a boys' club, and which I can totally see. And she was saying that he, when she went to do Watch What Happens Live, and I always wondered why she hadn't done Watch What Happens Live more, because she worked for Bravo. And I mean, if you've seen her on a talk show, she's a really, really good guest. Like, she's so funny. The host doesn't have to do anything. They could literally just say, oh, Kendall Jenner, and then she would just go off on Kendall Jenner or talk about whatever experiences that she's had with these people, and the host can just sit there and just kind of laugh, and it's an easy show for them. So I always wondered why she wasn't booked on that show more. Anyway, and transpires that the 2 times that she was on it, he offered her coke in the bar in his office right before, and she's sober, she's never had a drink, and I guess she's never done drugs. So she pointed out that he had done this, and yeah, I totally believe her. He's like, I know gay guys, and he totally seems like he looks like he's on it half the time. I also agree that he's misogynistic. I mean, when you look at how he's made his living off of making women look stupid. And I like the Real Housewives shows, but I don't look at them as anything other than trash. But every now and then I'll watch them, and it seems fascinating to me just to see these people kind of tearing into each other in like petty dramas. I kind of find that a little bit interesting, because I'm the opposite of that. I hate any kind of drama, or I hate aggression or conflict, and so to me that's kind of interesting, because it's just nothing like my life. But he seems like the type of person, I mean, the same way that a straight man would abuse a woman sexually, I feel like he is misogynistic in a way that if a woman can't do anything for him, like she can't do anything for him anymore, she can't help him, she's not an asset to him, he can just toss her aside and like she's nothing. I saw, like, he's had Mariah on, he's had Oprah on, he's had Pink on recently, and he'll just suck up to these people and just say how fantastic they are, these women. And yeah, because he sees them as higher than, he's obsessed with celebrity. I think he even said it himself. He loves celebrity and he sees the hierarchy of people. Because the way he treats the housewives when he has them on is completely different to how he would treat Mariah Carey or whoever, I don't know. I just say Mariah because I love her. It could be anyone, Ariana Grande, I don't know. It's so different. Like if there's a housewife on and they say something crazy, he'll like, oh, I'm going out of focus. When they say something crazy, he'll like roll his eyes and be like, oh, or like, oh, sweetie, really? You're like, oh, like, you talk to them so badly, so poorly. So I think he just looks at people that that can do something for him. And trust me, as a fellow gay guy, there's plenty of misogynistic gay guys out there. Plenty. And whether you like Kathy or don't like Kathy, or whether you're a fan or not a fan, she has advanced the cause. She has been a really strong ally for a very long time. She was talking about gay people when it wasn't fashionable to talk about gay people, or she was talking about gay rights and gay activism during the Bush years when they were just, it was a crazy time in America. And she was on the D-list shows, and she was doing stand-up and just saying, you know, fuck them, gay people deserve every kind of right. And she built a huge fan base. And she built a huge gay fan base, and she deserved them. She deserved all of them, and all of us, because she really cared. And there were loads of episodes on the D-list where she was fighting for gay rights, and she went to Washington, she led marches, what else did she do? She flew to Australia to do the gay pride parade. She's done so much. And so, like, Andy Cohen is fine, and not everyone has to be like, has to represent us, but I mean, he's not, to me anyway, he's not exactly a role model. He's a gay TV host, that's cool. But he doesn't seem to stand for anything, and again, that's cool as well. But don't go for someone that's won you 2 Emmy Awards and helped your network. That D-list show was so funny, and she was kind of ahead of her time, and she's just a naturally really funny person. And I mean, like she says in the video, she just wanted to make people laugh. I don't know. The whole thing is just a mess. And it's crazy how your life how like her life changed just from one photograph. And to be honest, it was just, that photo was blown out of all proportion. All the shit that Donald Trump has done and said. And he's allowed to be president. She does one stupid thing. And it was a stupid thing, but it was a mistake. Like, now it's time to get over it and move on. Why go after her? Why continue to attack her? Then I saw Perez Hilton did a video responding to Kathy Griffin. And I was like, sit down. No one asked you. No one's interested. I mean, no one asked me either, but... he's another misogynist. I'm sorry. I saw him on TV in Celebrity Big Brother UK. And he was bullying one of the women in there. And to be honest, she's horrible. Like, she's really not a nice person. But she didn't go for him. It's a really mean columnist who's like homophobic and everything phobic. What's the one where you fear foreigners? That one, she has that phobia. She's nasty, but she didn't go for him. He just went straight for her the whole time and was personal with her, and he's another misogynist. And so for him to go after Kathy Griffin, I mean, it's like, it's not surprising. But no one cares. Like, no one's interested in his opinion, so yeah. It's crazy. Anyway, my battery's gonna go. I'm almost finished. So yeah, it was cool to do a mukbang, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you ate something with me. So I'll see you soon. Bye.